Ladies and gentlemen, from Boston Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, two-time Olympic and four-time world champion, Miss Katarina Witt.
When the little bluebird, who has never said a word, starts to sing spring, spring. When the little bluebell in the bottom of the dell starts to ring, ding, ding. It is nature, that's all, simply telling us to fall in love. Oh, yes. And that's why birds do it. Bees do it. Even educated fleas do it. Let's do it. Mama, let's fall in love. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da. Mosquitoes, heaven forbid, do it. So does every katydid do it. Oh, let's do it. Mama, let's fall in love. I said the chimpanzees in the zoo do it. Some courageous kangaroos do it. Let's do it. Mama, let's fall in love. Whoa, fall in love. I'm sure the giraffes on the slide do it. Every hippopotami do it. Man, let's do it. Mama, let's fall in love.
Stay with us for an unforgettable evening of figure skating. They all came with a great natural talent across the snow-capped mountaintops in search of the gold that lay shimmering within. And while the world was watching, they waited for their chance to shine out. Their bodies told them it was just sport, but their spirits cried out it was art. Until finally their hearts showed them the way to the highest step on the podium. Tonight, from Boston, Massachusetts, join us for a gathering of figure skating's greatest stars who have come together for a skating spectacular. 7 decades of champions have come to celebrate their sport. They have stood head and shoulders above the rest and reigned supreme for the past 2 years. Tonight, you'll see why as they take to the ice. Featuring Kristi Yamaguchi, who became the first U.S. woman to win gold in 16 years. These champions will be joined by those who still light the way to skating's future. Keep the artistry back into skating, and Katarina Witt's got her sights set on you. He is the American ambassador of men's figure skating, Scott Hamilton. In 4 minutes, they revolutionized the sport of ice dancing. A decade later, Torvill and Dean are as magical now as they once were. Once children of a former Soviet dynasty, now they have found their way together. Ekaterina Gordieva and Sergei Grinkov. And if skating is about heart, then whose is larger than Brian Boitano's? He made him figure skating's greatest ever, and at age 30 is in search of one more heavenly day. All of these champions will be joined by the legends of the sport, who still shine as brilliantly as they once did. Including Peggy Fleming, who will make a rare skating appearance tonight. ABC Sports proudly presents the IBM Skates of Gold.
Before they could start at the 1994 Winter Games, we started. 4 years ago, IBM was here helping plan and design every event. The Lillehammer Olympic Organizing Committee chose IBM, not just to integrate thousands of computers and systems, but to actually help manage the Winter Games. A job, we're told, equivalent to putting on 2 Super Bowls a day for 16 days. So we've been here, preparing the world for what's to follow the great starts, the great finishes. The 1994 Olympic Winter Games, gold, silver, bronze, and blue.
I don't need some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy, don't you think? Skin Bracer Aftershave.
By Menon. Just down Sunset and up the incredible California coast is Wolfgang Puck's latest culinary creation, Granita. It's a touch of the Mediterranean with a dash of the Pacific. And if you go there, bring your appetite for travel and your Visa card.
It's Belbeck.
Because Wolfgang's grilled prawns will take you to the Mediterranean, but Granita won't take American Express.
I love to cook, and I love to eat even more.
Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Hey, it's the huge Ace Dollar Day sale. There are values everywhere you look.
Brushes and bulbs.
Cords and caulk.
Glue and gloves.
And more for just $1 each.
So look into the Ace Dollar Day sale today. You'll see so many ways to save.
The IBM Skates of Gold. Brought to you by IBM. Gold, silver, bronze, and blue. Lincoln Mercury and the complete line of 1994 Lincoln and Mercury automobiles. And Wendy's and the quarter-pound single combo. When you start with the best hamburger, you end up with the best combo. And now your host, Julie Moran.
The city of Boston is known for American history, and tonight, those who revolutionized the sport of figure skating are here.
Welcome to the Boston Garden, an arena rich in sports tradition for a historic evening. Hello, everyone. I'm Julie Moran, and tonight you're about to witness a unique moment in figure skating history that has never happened before and may never happen again.
An unprecedented gathering of skaters have come together in one arena. Each of them pushed their sport forward. Each of them inspired the generation that followed.
They've come from around the world, 38 champions from ages 22 to 88. A magical evening is in store. Joining me now is the first U.S. skater to ever win a gold medal and still the only American to capture 2 Olympic titles, Mr. Dick Button. And Dick, figure skating has never quite had a night like this.
These champions each took the sport as they found it and then added their own personality, style, sense of music, and athletic ability. And they've all fulfilled my definition of what it takes to make a great skater. And that is one who not only reaches the top, but leaves the sport different and better just because he or she was in it. So you pick your favorite, whether it's Torvill and Dean or Brian Boitano or Christy Yamaguchi or whomever. For me, well, I like them all, including the ones I have the softest spot in my heart for, the older ones.
Well, Dick, one of my favorites is certainly a universal favorite as well. And tonight it's a rare opportunity for all of us to see Peggy Fleming skate again. Let's go backstage now for her thoughts. Peggy?
Julie, this sure brings back memories. And one of those memories is nerves right before a performance. That feeling of wanting to do well never fades. I guess it's also part of that competitive spirit. I've become more accustomed to the sideline role of commentary today. But these athletes are the reason I wanted to be a part of this evening. Each champion that you'll see followed a different path, but reached the same goal. I've seen this sport grow so much since I won in 1968. Technically, artistically, and now even the line dividing amateurs from professionals has begun to dissolve. All of these skaters represent a history I'm proud to be part of, and a club I'm grateful to be a member of. I hope you'll enjoy all the performances.
Our next skater overcame a childhood illness to develop into one of the sport's foremost entertainers. Here's four-time world and U.S. national champion and the 1984 Olympic gold medalist, Scott Hamilton.
He skates like a Mercury with wings in his blades. He's known for tight, quick steps, even tighter jumps, and very spiffy moves.
An electrifying performance for Scott Hamilton.
Well, his programs pack a theatrical wallop. They certainly place him as a master of musical comedy on ice.
And now, a golden memory from Lincoln Mercury. In 1984, Scott Hamilton brought his brilliant amateur career to a close and won the gold medal at the Winter Games in Sarajevo. He became only the fourth American male to be so honored.
Sophisticated engineering has made Lincoln Continental a surprisingly smart luxury sedan. In fact, it even knows a lot about you. It knows how long your legs are. It knows the sound of your voice.
Call Tom.
Thank you. Why, with its load-leveling suspension, Continental even knows exactly how much you weigh. But don't worry. It also knows how to stay quiet.
This is the perfect time to try my new Polaroid Captiva. Smile!
Hey, where's the picture? There's no picture? Did you see the picture come out? How can that be a Polaroid camera if there's no picture?
It doesn't look like a Polaroid camera.
It's not a Polaroid camera.
Presenting the Polaroid Captiva. It's sleek, it's stylish. Its pocket-sized pictures stay in a special compartment till you take them out, so you're free to shoot and shoot.
Maybe if you shake it.
Yeah, shake the camera. The Polaroid Captiva. The pictures stay in till you take them out.
I never realized the world was so full of hazards. That's why there's a company like MetLife, because sometimes things do get out of control. Hey! That's why over 45 million people look to Met to be there when things go wrong. That's why you should get Met. It pays.
This is really new.
Leave it to Clairol. It's not a new hair color.
Not just another shampoo for colored hair.
It's the new Clairol ColorHold system. The way to hold on to perfect color between colorings. Daily shampoos and conditioners, plus the twice-a-week color refresher.
It keeps my blonde brilliant. My red ravishing.
The breakthrough is the color refresher. Just choose your shade. Use it in the shower and hold on to perfect color week after week after week. The new ColorHold system, only from Clairol.
Hold on to perfect color.
Sunday, cash in your chips for America's Funniest Home Video's grand prize $100,000 show.
That would mean someone's going to win $100,000.
Then, it's the new America's Funniest People with kid host Candace Cameron of Full House on America's Funniest Hours Sunday.
At the 1956 Games in Cortina, Italy, Tenley Albright became the first woman from the U.S. to win gold. Her skating exemplified a combination of artistry and athleticism. What a pleasure to see her here tonight. Tenley was succeeded by American Carol Heiss in 1960 and Peggy Fleming in 1968. Then came Dorothy. On Valentine's Day in 1976 at the Innsbruck Winter Games, Dorothy Hamill became America's sweetheart.
And she has done it, I am sure. The competition is yet to come, but this was a lovely, lovely program.
Dorothy Hamill.
Dorothy Hamill, who was one of my big idols, was, the previous American gold medalist. I think every little girl back then wanted to be like her. So I had the Dorothy Hamill doll, and I thought she had a lot of energy, and it was fun to watch.
16 years later, Christy Yamaguchi would follow in her idol's footsteps.
Winning the gold was the moment and the peak of my career, but I would say one of the nicest things is having my family there, because they played such a big role in my skating career with the support and, followed me all the way up there. So it felt nice to have them there and to know they were sitting in the stands and sharing that experience with me.
Now the newest addition to America's extraordinary collection of female world and Olympic gold medalists, and our youngest champion here tonight, Christy Yamaguchi.
She skates very much in the tradition of Barbara Ann Scott and Peggy Fleming. She never relies on sheer power or dynamic strength, nor are her movements ever obvious. She is delicate, sweet like spun sugar, a gentle skater who floats over the ice.
lovely, elegant performance for Christy Yamaguchi, who just continues to blossom in her professional career.
Well, Christy Yamaguchi is clearly the artistic descendant of Canada's great skating champion, Barbara Ann Scott. Prior to World War II, international figure skating was dominated by the Europeans. But at the 1948 Winter Games, Canada's Barbara Ann Scott became the first female skater from North America to win gold, changing the face of figure skating forever.
Friendships from back then have stayed through the years. Skating brings you together, and you never forget. You're always thrilled to see each other again. It's a great legacy.
How nice to welcome my great friend, Barbara Ann Scott.
Dave Thomas has a dream of competing in pairs figure skating and winning gold.
Hi, Bertie. I'm looking for a skating partner. What do you say?
Oh, Dave. Well, I did win a gold medal for figure skating in 1992.
But no pairs?
No.
Well, let's have lunch anyway.
Got a full afternoon? Get a Wendy's $2.99 old-fashioned quarter-pound single combo made fresh to order with biggie fries and a cold drink.
Hey, you still looking for a partner?
Oh, boy.
The single combo, just $2.99.
I'm a 35-year-old father, and I love my kids. Cereal.
Brave adults express their feelings about life and their love for Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Anxiety, embarrassment, guilt. As far as I'm concerned, it's all part of a complete breakfast.
Those crunchy flakes, that delicious frosting. Isn't it time you put it all out on the table?
I know. It's embarrassing. Even a little childish. And that's just the box.
There's no denying it. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
Sunday, can Lois save the world from a deadly computer virus?
Are you ladies finished?
Will Superman get there in time? Lois and Clark, Sunday.
What's on sale at Art Van? Fasten your seatbelt. Because now through Monday, everything goes. Everywhere you turn, everywhere you look, everything goes, and it's all going fast. Everything is marked with exciting savings of 25 to 70% off. In every Art Van, everything's on sale. But hurry, it all comes to a stop Monday.
Are you fed up? Are you tired of convicted criminals being released from prison before they've served the minimum sentence? Many come out, commit crimes, and go right back behind bars. 12 News reporter Ken Santa talks with the families of victims who've had enough. They're asking the state to pass a law that demands the truth and nothing but the truth in sentencing. Find out what's being done to keep Michigan's prisoners from being set free before their time. A special report, Tuesday on 12 News at 6 on WJRT TV 12.
Take flight with the last Starfighter, Sunday afternoon.
Welcome back to the IBM Skates of Gold, entertaining the audience at the Boston Garden, 92 world and Olympic gold medalist, Ukrainian Viktor Petrenko, who is also a favorite for gold in Lillehammer.
Now, to understand most skaters, you have to understand the picture they have of themselves. Victor sees himself as one who is hip and sexy. And the architecture of this program places superbly constructed jumps next to finger-snapping moves, wicked gyrations, and suggestive glances. It's not hard to see why this skater from the Ukraine has felt comfortable in settling in Las Vegas.
World and Olympic champion Victor Petrenko having a little fun here in Boston. Another in a long line of great champions from the former Soviet Union.
But it was in ice dancing and pair skating that the Soviet success was unparalleled. The first great pair was the husband and wife team of Oleg and Ludmila Protopopov. They won 4 world and 2 Olympic golds in the 1960s, but they are best remembered for the elegance and beauty of their skating. Art cannot be measured by points, they once said. We skate from the heart. The Protopopovs were succeeded in 1969 by a young Soviet team who ushered in a new era of pairs skating, Irina Rodnina and Alexei Ulanov. They introduced demanding jumps and dangerous lifts to pair skating and changed the sport forever. Together, they won 4 consecutive world titles as well as the Olympic gold medal in 1972. But by then, Ulanov had fallen in love with Irina's rival, she of the #2 Soviet pairs team. And when they left the ice at the 1972 World Championship, the partnership was over. Reunited here tonight, Irina Rodnina and Alexei Ulanov. Then, a nationwide search for a new partner was conducted, and Irina was paired with Alexander Zaitsev, who would later become her husband. Together, they won 6 consecutive world titles and the gold medals at both the 1976 and 1980 Olympic Games. In her career, Rodnina equaled the legendary Sonia Henne with 10 world titles and 3 Olympic golds. The medal podium in Lake Placid was the setting for her retirement, a tearful goodbye to a sport that could never forget her. And a warm welcome to my friends Irina Rodnina and Alexander Zaitsev.
And now the last of the great Soviet pairs, 2-time world champions and the 92 Olympic gold medalists, Natalia Mishkatunik and Artur Dmitriev.
Before them, the Protopopovs represented pure classicism, and Rodnina Zaitsev speed and controlled strength. Mishkatunik and Dmitriev epitomized unbridled power and raw strength, the Rough Rider approach to skating. And their skates can jackhammer their edges into the ice. invigorating, and their almost contortionist-like moves can bring audiences to their feet.
The reigning world and Olympic champions Natalia Mishkitunik and Artur Dmitriev. We'll be back with more from the IBM Skates of Gold after this.
What happens when you crash a car at 35 miles an hour? You get airbags, safer fuel tanks, child restraints. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, co-founded by State Farm, helped make these and many other safety advances possible. And now State Farm is helping to fund a new safety research center for the Institute. We want to help make sure that the only accident you ever have is one you can walk away from.
In the year 23,012 BC, Lenny, the traveling salesman, rented the first big round wheel from Thrifty at a nice small rate. Today, Thrifty Car Rentals still offers historically low rates and now on nice big cars with 4 wheels. Simply check your phone book for the Thrifty location nearest you. Renting wheels at low prices is nothing new to Thrifty. In fact, we invented it. Your neighborhood Thrifty Car Rental, historically known for low rates.
Recently, Jim Holland made the longest ski jump in history. He stayed in the air for 30 minutes and flew the equivalent of 36 miles. This incredible jump took place in a wind tunnel, and it was all part of an off-season training program for the U.S. ski team made possible by Visa and its card holders. Visa, the only card that helps train these athletes and the only card accepted at the '94 Winter Olympics, where Jim Holland hopes to make the second longest ski jump in history.
He's the chairman of the boards, Bill Stewart. He's not only a champion surfer, his company makes some of the world's best surfboards. But when his company wants a great selection of office supplies, they call the Big Kahuna, Office Depot. With one call, Office Depot takes care of business by guaranteeing next business day delivery. And that gives Bill more time for product research.
It's the 21st Annual American Music Awards.
Oh, my goodness.
Performing live, Whitney Houston, Rod Stewart, Michael Bolton, and more. Join Reba McEntire, Tony Bennett, Salt and Pepper, the list goes on. The 21st Annual American Music Awards live Monday.
Ice dancing did not become an Olympic sport until 1976, just in time for the husband and wife team of Alexander Gorshkov and Ludmila Pakhomova. In the twilight of their career, the 6-time world champions from Russia won the inaugural event and moved ice dancing into the modern era. Ludmila, who had become an idol in her homeland, would die 10 years later of leukemia at age 39. And here now, her partner and husband, Alexander Gorshkov. Since their victory at those games, the Russians have won every Olympic gold medal in the history of the ice dance competition, with the exception of England's Torvill Dean, a great legacy to Ludmila. And they've also won every gold medal in pair skating for the past 30 years. They've been so successful, the Russian skaters say, the dance and pairs belong to us. They are our disciplines. To understand why is as complex and mysterious as the Russian soul itself.
It's history. It's history, and I think it's nature. It's a lot of dramatic in our history. I think it's make people think about life, about God, about feeling.
Against the backdrop of a Soviet society that saw some 70 years of socialism, many artists struggled. But the individuality that flourished in the ballet also flourished in the art that drew inspiration from it, figure skating. And nearly 20 years since Pakhomova and Gorshkov won that first gold medal, the tradition carries on with the husband and wife team of Klimova and Ponomarenko from Moscow. Their gold medal performance at the '92 Winter Games was fueled by the passion and enigma that is Russia. And here now, Marina Klimova and Sergei Ponomarenko.
It's clear that they come from the land that produced Nijinsky and Pavlova, Swan Lake and Giselle, Diaghilev, the Bolshoi, and the Ballet Russe. Their programs are always deeply dramatic, sensuously romantic, and always about passion and love. The history of ice dancing has led from the wittiness of Ludmila Pakhomova and Alexander Gorshkov to the elegance of Russia's world champions Moiseeva and Meninkov, and thence to the theatricality of England's Torval and Dean, and now to the romanticism of Klimova and Ponomarenko.
dramatic, compelling, in true Russian tradition. Marina Klimova and Sergei Ponomarenko.
Dashing, beautiful, comely, in short, she's Peggy Fleming, coming into your homes live and in color via the satellite.
When we return to the IBM Skates of Gold, our own Peggy Fleming.
I have to loosen up for all those triples.
The last time Norway hosted the Olympic Winter Games, the results system wasn't analog, and it wasn't digital. It was Ulf. In the winter of '52, Ulf Surum gathered race results by hand. The job took hours. Today, as IBM operations manager for the 1994 Winter Games, the same Ulf helps the Lillehammer team report thousands of results in less than a second. Using IBM systems designed expressly for the Olympic Games. If you ask Ulf, he'll tell you how a lot has changed in 42 years. He'll also tell you how some things never will. The 1994 Olympic Winter Games. Gold, silver, bronze, and blue.
My dandruff shampoo is good.
Better try something else. Mine really works.
You'd better try something else, like Selsun Blue. Doctors recommend it more than all leading brands. Selsun Blue. Doctor recommended #1.
Dry skin. Heal and protect it with Lubriderm, the one created for dermatologists. The lasting moisture of Lubriderm. Because your basic instinct is to save your skin.
It's time to find out why people are buying the Mercury Villager instead of our minivan.
After you, sir.
We all can't fit in here.
Oh, no, you just slide the seat back. It's actually very complicated.
Like a V6 leather CD player, if you like that sort of thing, which I...
How does it drive?
Great. I mean... It also has standard four-wheel anti-lock brakes.
The Mercury Villager. All this in the quality of a Mercury.
I'm John Elway. My arm's the ultimate weapon. Throw a 70-yard touchdown, all in a day's work. But this guy could throw a pass to himself. When he says go long, he's talking about another time zone. Now that's what I call a long ball.
Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, Sundays on ABC.
In 1961, when the plane carrying the U.S. figure skating team crashed in Belgium, Peggy Fleming was 11 years old. Her coach, Bill Kipp, died in that crash, and although she didn't know it at the time, Peggy would be asked to fill the void left by the tragedy.
At 11 years old, death and a terrible disaster like that just doesn't compute, and I just wouldn't believe it. But it was my coach on that plane, and a lot of the skaters at the rink that I skated at were gone.
Peggy had started skating at the age of 9. Her parents struggled to pay for her lessons, but she was a natural talent and excelled quickly.
My dad made about $10,000 a year, and supporting 4 girls was very difficult. But I just went without lessons, and maybe had 1 a week. My mom made my costumes. I made some of my practice dresses, and, you know, we just made it through.
This is Peggy Fleming, 15 years old, from Pasadena, California.
Just 6 years after she'd first stepped onto the ice, Peggy won her first national championship.
Here's a young girl you're going to hear a lot more about, Peggy Fleming of California.
Thank you.
She would go on to win 5 national titles in all, plus 3 world championships, and of course, a gold medal in Grenoble, to become one of the most successful skaters ever in the United States. Sadly, her father, who had worked so hard to help her achieve her dreams, wasn't there to see her win in Grenoble. He had died 2 years earlier of a heart attack, while Peggy and her mom were on a skating tour of Europe.
I thought of my dad, you know, when you're standing there, you know, with the medal around your neck and, you know, the national anthem was being played. You just know that's what he would have loved to have seen.
And what a moment. In all other ways, it was the perfect time to become a champion. Television and sports were still newlywed, and when America saw Peggy Fleming's elegance and her beauty, she became an instant celebrity. She was the first skater to turn her success into a commercial boom. 25 years after her victory in Grenoble, Peggy Fleming is a wife and mother of 2. She's still considered the true queen of the ice and the one who paved the way for all of those who have followed.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 1968 champion, the one and only Peggy Fleming.
For 13 years, Peggy's been a commentator here at ABC. Tonight, we have the privilege and pleasure of watching our friend and colleague skate again.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me dear, tell me you are mine. I'll be yours through all the years, till the end of time. Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. For my darling, I love you, and I always will.
Still is beautiful 25 years after winning her Olympic gold medal, especially on the inside, Peggy Fleming.
Like all great skaters, Peggy was and is different from the others. She brought her own sense of reserve, laid back, modest, almost but not quite aloof. She developed an easy, delicate lightness and a sensitivity to position where every move was right. She wrapped her skating in a blanket of charm.
And now, for the first time ever, 4 former world and Olympic champions on the ice together.
Bassett Winter Games, Annette Putch. From 1984 and 1988, East Germany's Katharina Witt. And America's 1992 champion, Christy Yamaguchi. What a delightful group of the best-looking, most wonderful skaters. Peggy Fleming, Annette Putch, Katharina Witt, and Christy Yamaguchi.
And we'll return with much more from the IBM Skates of Gold after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Dead battery. She says she left her lights on all day. Over.
10-4, I got her. Out.
When you buy a DieHard, you get a lot more than the power of a great battery. You get the peace of mind that comes from Sears Emergency Service. If you ever need a jump start, we'll do it for free.
You're all set.
Anytime, anywhere. DieHard. Only at Sears Tire and Auto Center. We're driven to satisfy.
Dave Thomas has a dream of competing in the 120-meter ski jump and winning gold.
I think I'm going to have lunch first.
If you've got a lot to do, try Wendy's $2.99 old-fashioned quarter-pound single combo, made with the best hamburger in the business, biggie fries, and a cold drink. Now, that's a meal.
Ski jumping. Here I come. Uh-oh. Ski jumping. There I go.
Wendy's quarter-pound single combo, now just $2.99.
Maybe I'll try the bobsled.
Tuesday, on a very special Full House, a story of love.
We missed you, Grandpa.
And loss.
His heart gave out.
A story that will touch the hearts of every kid and every parent in America.
We're going to help pull each other through this, okay?
Okay.
It's a Full House you'll never forget, followed by an all-new Phenom, Tuesday.
On Monday, February 7th, all dealerships will be obsolete, except one. Blain Buick-GMC truck opens at Corunna and Linden Roads on Monday, February 7th. Anything less is history.
Sometimes things would look so strange.
I'd lose whole chunks out of my day.
Some older people who seem like they have something else have actually developed epilepsy. But there's help. Call your Epilepsy Foundation affiliate.
27 years ago, a little girl named Dorothy had a very big dream. Today, Dorothy Hamill's dreams are blending the lyrical grace of classic dance and the wonder of championship skating in a theatrical presentation of a story as old as time. Dorothy Hamill's Cinderella. Starring world champion skaters Kadir Kayev and Fichenko.
Dorothy Hamill's Ice Capades, March 2nd through the 6th at Saginaw Civic Center. Brought to you by KMS Professional Hair Care Systems.
Plot your course for Flight of the Navigator, Sunday afternoon.
The IBM Skates of Gold. Brought to you by IBM. Gold, silver, bronze, and blue. Lincoln Mercury and the complete line of 1994 Lincoln and Mercury automobiles.
Welcome back to the Boston Garden for the IBM Skates of Gold. I'm Julie Moran, and it has been a captivating evening so far, but there is so much more ahead. You'll see the magic of Torval and Dean and the always incomparable Brian Boitano. And joining me now after her own remarkable performance is Peggy Fleming. And Peggy, what was it like out there tonight?
Well, Julie, it was extremely challenging. But, you know, I felt like I was among friends. It's so unreal. And since I was the oldest skater out there skating, I was hoping it might inspire Dick to come out and join me.
Well, you know, I would have skated, Peggy, except I couldn't find my skates. They're lost somewhere in the basement of the Smithsonian. And more important than that, I didn't want to take away from your position as the most, shall we say, mature skater here. And finally, my plate this evening is so full already with the honor of being able to narrate these great skaters for so many years. And finally, with the pleasure of seeing them here. They're all my friends, and it's just been a very special evening.
It has.
Now, once again, skating to the Battle Hymn of the Republic, Scott Hamilton.
In remembrance of the 1961 United States figure skating team, whose lives were lost in a tragic air crash, I'd like to present this performance as my tribute.
A moving recognition of what is certainly one of the greatest sports tragedies of all time. On the way to the 1961 World Championships, a plane crashed in Belgium. On it were judges, coaches, and the entire U.S. figure skating team. Even today, 30 years later, skating is still reeling from its loss.
A very touching number. Not only did Scott overcome his childhood illness, but he went far beyond that. Skating gave him a stage to share his outstanding, warm and caring attitude that he brings to all of us.
A most worthy tribute by Scott Hamilton for a sport that has seen both triumph and tragedy. World War II disrupted all of international sport and caused the games to be suspended from 1936 to 1948. In America, skating was undergoing a revival, and the leader was Dick Button.
We were young. We had nobody to look back to. We didn't know what people couldn't do in those days, and we just went out and did them. And it became a very exciting period in that sense. The athleticism of it just burst through.
By 1948, Dick Button was the best skater in the world. Athleticism was his trademark. When he won the gold medal in San Moritz, he performed the first double axel in competition and a new move called a flying camel that is now a part of every skater's routine. The first American ever to win an Olympic medal in skating. His place in history is assured.
A hometown welcome for a hometown hero. Welcome back, Dick Button.
It was a wonderful time. It was like, you know, a great moment. And I love thinking about it, and I love having had it. And now let's get on to something else.
That something else was another gold medal in Oslo in 1952. This time, Button introduced the first triple jump ever done in competition. He remains to this day the only American in history to win back-to-back gold medals. Today, Dick Button lives in upstate New York, and for the past 32 years has worked as a skating expert. There is no question he changed the sport significantly and forever.
Well, I don't care whether people remember me as a skater or as a commentator or what. It's just nice that they remember.
When we come back to the IBM Skates of Gold, Brian Boitano and Katarina Witt skating her new competitive program.
And now a golden memory from Lincoln Mercury. East Germany, before the wall fell, produced some of the greatest champions in the past decade, and Katarina Witt may have been their finest. Her gold medal performance at the 1984 Olympic Games as a young ingenue belied her incredible talent. Many retire after the first gold medal, but Katarina would reign like a queen for another 4 years. At the 1988 Games, Katarina took on the role of the willful Spanish seductress Carmen and won back-to-back gold medals.
One of the things that sets Mercury Villager apart from the rest of the minivan crowd is its unique sliding rear seat. For those occasions when you need more room, slide the seat forward. More room? Slide it forward to the middle seat. More room? Remove the middle seat and slide all the way up. And if you still need more room, call Milo. The Mercury Villager. All this and the quality of a Mercury.
Before they could start at the Winter Games, we started. 4 years ago, the Olympic Organizing Committee chose IBM, not just to integrate thousands of computers and systems, but to actually help manage the Winter Games. Every second of every event, from start to finish. The 1994 Olympic Winter Games, gold, silver, bronze, and blue.
Should have a classical angle.
Don't you think?
Yes, indeed.
Rich and human establishment.
Yes. Coffee is served. Yes, indeed, they're rich. Colombian coffee. Excuse me.
100% Colombian coffee, hand-picked by Juan Valdez, the richest coffee in the world.
Each year, thousands of people die in house fires. Tragically, many are children. That's why State Farm developed the program called Smoke Detectives. It helps teachers teach fire safety to their students. Kindergartners through 6th graders learn how to recognize fire hazards, develop escape routes, and handle fire emergencies. In just 2 years, nearly 70,000 kits have been donated to schools. And State Farm wants your school to have one, because a child's safety is everyone's concern.
Brian Boitano's unforgettable solo in Alaska, Dorothy Hamill's timeless elegance, Underhill and Martini's sizzling unchained melody, 18 of the world's greatest skaters in their most riveting exhibitions appear on Magic Memories on Ice, Volume 2, Golden Performances. Call 1-800-4ABC-VCR to order this stunning new home video from ABC Sports. It's a one-of-a-kind collection with all performances in their entirety for only $24.98 plus $3.95 shipping.
At 28, Katarina Witt plans to compete at the upcoming Winter Games. And once again, she has sought the help of Uta Muller, who has coached her since she was 9. It's been 10 years since Katerina first won gold. How have things changed in her world since then?
The first time I went in, I said, yes, I want to win a gold medal. The second time I was like, I need this gold medal because I wanted to find a way to turn pro, and I was living in East Germany, and this was for me a door opener to come to America, to come into Western countries, and now it's a different reason. I'm doing this more for myself to find out how far I can go. Here I'm seeing this not so much as an athlete, maybe more as a person.
How does it feel to be reunited with Frau Muller?
It's weird. It's a really weird thing. I mean, I think it's great, and it helps me a lot, and I actually should have done it earlier to, you know, use her more for my technical side, because there are a lot of things you have to go back to your base. I look at the girls, and they're 16 and 15, and I'm amazed what they're doing. I mean, it's wonderful. I'm standing there, I'm like, wow. You know, I mean, you count 6 different triples, and it's amazing. But I think I can give something else to the skating as well.
And now Germany's Katharina Witt skating her new competitive technical program, Robin Hood.
She certainly seems to be the perfect counterpoint to Brian Boitano, a female version of his style of skating. Powerful, strong, yet not complicated. The moves simple and commanding.
Very strong, beautiful number. You know, the experience she's had as being a 2-time Olympic champion and being a professional has brought Katerina full circle.
About 65 miles south of the nearest stoplight, and 2 miles up in the Rocky Mountain sky, you'll find skier's heaven, also known as Telluride Ski Mountain, where the skiing's perfect and the views are even better. And whether you're going to extremes or just going for a lesson, don't go without your Visa card, because at Telluride Ski Mountain, they'll let you take the plunge, but they won't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Hey, it's the huge Ace Dollar Day sale. There are values everywhere you look.
brushes and bulbs,
cords and caulk,
glue and gloves,
and more for just $1 each.
So look into the Ace Dollar Day sale today. You'll see so many ways to save.
They're all angels, but boy, do they make a mess. In my classroom, I have a cabinet full of brawny. Those thirst pockets do the trick. Spill after spill, day after day. At times, I lose it. Sometimes I'd like them to absorb the kids.
Only Brawny has thirst pockets. Each two-ply sheet has hundreds of them, making Brawny remarkable at soaking up spills.
Brawny gets to the mess before the mess gets to you.
I don't need some fancy cologne to tell me I'm a man. I use Skin Bracer. It smells great, but it also cools and tones my skin. Confidence is very sexy. Don't you think?
Skin Bracer Aftershave.
by Menon.
Now Ortega goes to the garden for summer-ripe tomatoes, crisp white onions, green bell peppers, and lively jalapenos to make a salsa that tastes like you just picked it. New garden-style salsa. So red, so green, so full of extra big bites of plump, juicy vegetables. For a taste that's extra fresh. New garden-style salsa. It's a fresh new way to experience Mets to the max.
Wednesday, the critic's mother exposes her adopted son.
We picked Jay because we thought he was a monkey. His original name was Mr. Bip.
The press calls it the feel-good show of the year. The Critic before Home Improvement, Wednesday.
Few skaters have left their mark on figure skating quite like the incomparable John Curry, who put style above all else. He won the gold in 1976, and in so doing, inspired his countryman, Robin Cousins.
I was fortunate that I had been able to watch John Curry work 4 years prior and seen someone with a very clear vision of what they wanted go against the grain and make people watch and make people give him the respect and, in the end, the honors that he deserved.
In 1980, Robin Cousins became the second male skater from Great Britain to win gold, a legacy he relishes but will never rest upon.
I will always be an Olympic champion and one of Britain's greatest skaters. That will always be there. So therefore I can leave that alone and go on to other things that may not work in that direction, but that's always going to be there. So I feel I don't ever want to sit around and keep looking back on those things. I'd rather look forward to other opportunities.
It's been nearly 15 years since that victory, and Robin hasn't stopped challenging himself. Now he's currently performing in the musical Cats in England.
The time has flown by, and I think that also is from being so busy. But it's nice that 15 years later that I feel I still have something to say with my skating that maybe isn't being said by the new people around. And I think one thing that is nice about all the people that are at this event is that we all have something different to offer.
And now, words by William Wordsworth, interpretation by Robin Cousins.
Black swallows swooping or gliding in a flurry of entangled loops and curves. The skaters skim over the frozen river, and the grinding click of their skates as they impinge upon the surface is like the brushing together of thin wingtips of silver. And in the frosty season, when the sun was set, and visible for many a mile, the cottage windows through the twilight blazed. I heeded not the summons. Happy time it was, indeed, for all of us. To me, it was a time of rapture. Clear and loud, the village clock tolled 6. I wheeled about, proud and exulting, like an untired horse that cares not for his home. All shod with steel, we hissed along the polished ice, in games confederate, imitative of the chase and woodland pleasures, the resounding horn, the pack loud bellowing, and the hunted hare.
So through the darkness and the cold we flew, and not a voice was idle. With the din, meanwhile, the precipices rang aloud. The leafless trees and every icy crag tinkled like iron, while the distant hills into the tumult sent an alien sound of melancholy, not unnoticed, while the stars eastward were sparkling clear, and in the west, the orange sky of evening died away. Not seldom from the uproar, I retired into a silent bay, or sportively glanced sideways, leaving the tumultuous throng to cut across the image of a star that gleamed upon the ice. And oftentimes, when we had given our bodies to the wind, and all the shadowy banks on either side came sweeping through the darkness, spinning still the rapid line of motion, then at once have I, reclining back upon my heels, stopped short, yet still the solitary cliffs wheeled by me, even as if the earth had rolled with visible motion her diurnal round. Behind me did they stretch in solemn train, feebler and feebler, and I stood and watched till all was tranquil as a dreamless sleep.
A stunning performance by the ever-versatile Robin Cousins. We'll return to the IBM Skates of Gold after this message and a word from our ABC station.
In 1952, the people of Oslo got their Olympic results not from a computer, but from Ulf. The same Ulf who is now IBM Operations Manager for the '94 Winter Games. Ulf Sorum and IBM helped report thousands of results in seconds. A lot has changed in 42 years. Of course, some things never will. The 1994 Olympic Winter Games. Gold, silver, bronze, and blue.
Dave Thomas has a dream of competing in the four-man bobsled and winning gold. Let's try it.
Maybe we ought to have lunch first.
If you've got a challenging afternoon, get a Wendy's $2.99 old-fashioned quarter-pound single combo with biggie fries and a cold drink. The best hamburger makes the best combo.
48! 48 seconds? No, minutes! Well, better luck next time.
Yeah, see you, buddy.
Wendy's quarter-pound single combo, now just $2.99.
Hey, guys, what about Pierre's figure skating?
Tuesday.
I haven't seen you for 3 days.
A cop and his informant get too close for comfort.
You know who this is, don't you? Robert Snitch. You're in the girl's diary, Mike, threatening to take a life.
An all-new NYPD Blue, Tuesday, viewer discretion advised.
Heads. And we go back tomorrow.
Tails, we don't.
Okay. 2 out of 3.
Make our look for some days are better than others.
He is a man running out of time.
You said we would be safe in Philadelphia.
Well, I was wrong.
She is a woman leaning away from her faith.
You bring this man to our house?
I've committed no sin.
Maybe not yet.
Their bond brings them together.
Everyone has an idea about you and the Englishman.
Their passion breaks every rule. Harrison Ford and Kelly McGillis in the Academy Award winner, Witness.
Don't miss this movie special, Sunday night at 9.
Fear is their co-pilot on Cheers.
the return of Brian Boitano and Katarina Witt to amateur competition has garnered the most attention, others are also making a comeback. And one of those pairs is preparing backstage, Ekaterina Gordieva and Sergei Grinkov. The face of Russia remains the same, but inside, her heart has changed. The march of time aging her, altering her people. In 1988, Katya Gordieva and Sergei Grinkov charmed the world as they captured the gold medal in Calgary. Already two-time world champions, it was their crowning achievement. Katya and Sergei moved on. They toured the United States as professional skaters, married and had a baby Daria a year ago. The pixie of the 1988 Winter Olympics is now a wife and mother.
I think the sports memories, of course, I remember all of them, and especially Olympic 88. But when Daria born, it was the most memorous day in my life when Daria born. The most happiest.
But skating and parenting are a difficult match, and Daria actually lives with her grandmother while her parents tour and train. Since reinstating as amateurs, they have barely enough time to balance their commitments. It's a painful compromise.
They need a lot of help because they work so hard. Naturally, I'm trying not to do everything for them, but I try to do as much as I can.
It's difficult to skate in Russia now for other reasons as well. Many of the coaches have moved to the West. Funds have dwindled. The country's attention is elsewhere. And always there is Daria.
It's really, really hard decision. It's really hard work. And thanks God that I have mother who is free, and so she gives her all her love and all my love and help us a lot.
Now skating for their daughter Daria, the four-time world champions and 88 Olympic gold medalist Ekaterina Gordieva and Sergei Grinkov.
Artistically, they're descended from the Protopopovs. Blessed with youth and physical beauty, they skate in the traditional Russian style of pair skating. What they do better than anybody else.
I know how difficult it must be now for them to focus on their training for the Winter Games with their daughter waiting at home. Their reward may very well be a second gold medal in Lillehammer.
In 1936, the German pair team of Maxi Huber and Ernst Beyer won gold in their homeland. Their style was pure art moderne. Bent legs, parallel lines. They were ahead of their time.
Our oldest participant is 88 years young. Please welcome Mr. Ernst Beyer.
And what an honor to have Ernst Beyer with us.
When we come back, the couple who changed the sport of ice dancing, skating to the music that made them famous.
And now a golden memory from Lincoln Mercury. It was history in the making as Jane Torville and Christopher Dean of Great Britain took the ice at the 1984 Winter Games of Sarajevo. With their innovative moves to a single piece of music, they elevated ice dancing to its highest level.
And there it is. There it is. And will become the marks for artistic impression, and they'll be in the same range.
A hushed audience erupted as the perfect marks for artistic impression lit up the scoreboard. A moment Jane fondly remembers.
Lots of flowers, palms full of flowers. I think we never had so many. We're collecting all the flowers all around the rink.
You realize you're one of 100 applying for this job?
Oh, yes, sir.
Good. Let's get to the terms.
Generous salary. Club membership. Car, wait, this isn't a Mercury Sable.
It happens to be the very latest.
Latest to imitate the Sable.
Is that so?
Bottom line, no Sable, no deal.
Fine. Then I suggest,
Gordon, you see about getting my new executive vice president here a Sable.
A nice red one, Gordo.
Mercury Sable with standard dual airbags and available ABS brakes. Accept no substitutes.
I'm a 35-year-old father, and I love my kids' cereal.
Brave adults express their feelings about life and their love for Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
Anxiety, embarrassment, guilt. As far as I'm concerned, it's all part of a complete breakfast.
Those crunchy flakes, that delicious frosting. Isn't it time you put it all out on the table?
I know, it's embarrassing, even a little childish. And that's just the box.
There's no denying it. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
This is no accident, and neither is this. Insurance fraud involves everything from staged accidents to arson to false medical claims, and it cost policyholders and their companies $18 billion last year. State Farm has long been a leader in the fight against fraud, and now we're working even closer with law enforcement agencies to help prosecute these criminals, because when they get away with fraud, everyone pays.
Dead battery. She says she left her lights on all day. Over.
10-4, I got her. Out. When you buy a DieHard, you get a lot more than the power of a great battery. You get the peace of mind that comes from Sears Emergency Service. If you ever need a jump start, we'll do it for free. You're all set. Anytime, anywhere. DieHard. Only at Sears Tire and Auto Center. We're driven to satisfy.
You've listened to our music. You checked out our videos.
But have you ever seen us all together?
Live.
Join Whitney Houston, Reba McEntire, Rod Stewart, and more.
Because a great year in American music deserves a great party!
The 21st Annual American Music Awards, live Monday.
At ages 36 and 35, Jane Torville and Christopher Dean of Great Britain have decided to compete again in Lillehammer. They may be the oldest skaters there, but they remain the icons of the sport. Can they win gold again?
I don't think we would be seriously considering competing again if we didn't think we were better than in '84. Because to come back after 10 years, you have to be bigger and better.
We feel that we're stronger, we're more mature skaters than we've ever been. And I think we're still at the sort of leading edge, to not be too cliched about it.
10 years ago, they revolutionized the sport and created a worldwide awareness of the art of ice dancing. And now, as they prepare for the upcoming games, what new trends can we expect?
Since that time, I think everybody's got a little bit too introverted. too much into themselves, too many deaths on the ice. And I think what everybody wants, we want a bit more life throwing back into it.
So there will be no flinging of yourselves upon the ice this time?
We won't be dying.
I don't know if it's allowed even, but we won't be dying this time.
Well,
Hopefully not, anyway.
You can die standing up.
We may well die standing up.
Yeah, we could die standing up.
But that's not our intention.
Here in Boston, they've been rehearsing the program to which they will be forever linked, and are pleased to be here for this historic evening.
It's great to be a part of it.
I think it's great to be a part of something unique. And this is what this event's going to be. And maybe never to be repeated again, so it'd be nice to be here.
And now, once again, Ravel's Bolero.
great to see this number again.
Yes, that was a moment in time I will never forget, seeing them in Sarajevo.
When we return to the IBM Skates of Gold, the skater who had the performance of a lifetime when it mattered most.
It was the culmination of every aspect of wishes as a child, wishes as an adult, fear of failure, all these things, these negative and positive things all came to one big closure. And it was the beginning of a new life, and it was the end of another life. And it was all because I had the performance that I've always wanted.
Dave Thomas has a dream of competing in pairs figure skating and winning gold.
Hi, Bertie. I'm looking for a skating partner. What do you say?
Oh, baby. Well, I did win a gold medal for figure skating in 1992.
But no pairs?
No.
Well, let's have lunch anyway.
Got a full afternoon? Get a Wendy's $2.99 old-fashioned quarter-pound single combo made fresh to order with biggie fries and a cold drink.
Hey, you still looking for a partner? Oh, boy.
The single combo, just $2.99.
Oh, it's so cute.
Excuse me. Could you take a picture of us with photo over there?
If you take off to the Italian town of Todi, but your camera just takes off.
Where'd they go?
You better have Visa Gold, because there's not a camera store there that takes American Express.
There's a great shot.
Visa Gold. It's everywhere you want to be.
Legend has it that when Lenny needed some wheels for his family vacation and only wanted to spend a few pebbles, he went to Thrifty, just a stone's throw away. Today, you can still find a Thrifty car rental nearby with very neighborly rates. Simply check your local phone book or call 1-800-4CARS. You see, Thrifty's been renting wheels at low prices in neighborhoods all over since the very beginning. Your neighborhood Thrifty car rental, historically known for low rates.
The American Agenda, now in its 4th year of finding solutions to problems that face us all. Watch Peter Jennings on ABC's World News Tonight, weeknights.
Brian Boitano, the man who put in motion the move to allow professionals to compete again, will, at age 30, attempt to become only the first man since our colleague Dick Button to win 2 gold medals.
I think another gold medal, to me, it would prove to myself, I think, I'm not sure because I haven't done it yet, that life is a constant process, that you don't just achieve something one day and let it go. It's a pattern in life, that if you choose to, you can accomplish something in 1988, take a little bit of time off, set new goals for yourself, but yet come back to those same old goals that you had in 1988 when you were 24 and set your mind to it and achieve it. I feel it's a learning pattern of life, and I'm going to have to put it into effect many times in my life, and so it all makes sense when I come back to this. So as long as you have the heart to be able to train well and to persevere, you know, 30's nothing.
Brian Boitano certainly has the heart and is a sentimental favorite for gold in Lillehammer and of everyone here tonight.
Driven by his intense passion for this sport, Brian has found perfection and more, and he continues to challenge himself again and again.
Turn your
darkest days, but your thoughts of the life in you before. Close your eyes, let your spirit start to soar. And you'll live as you've never lived before. Softly, deftly, music shall surround you. Feel it, hear it, closing in around you. Open up your mind, let your fantasies unwind in this darkness which you know cannot hide. The darkness of the music of the night. Let your mind start a journey through a strange new world. Leave all thoughts of the world you knew before. Let your soul take you where you long to be. Only then can you belong to me. Floating, falling, sweet intoxication. Touch me, trust me, savor each sensation. Let the dream begin, let your darker side give in to the power of the music that I write. The power of the music of the night.
You know, I certainly respect Brian. He's a skater not afraid to search out new directions for himself. He's a commanding performer whose skating is direct and majestic. Skate well at Lillehammer, my friend.
And now the men's champions from 1980 to 1992 take the ice together. Robin Cousins, 1980 Lake Placid. Scott Hamilton, 1984 Sarajevo. Brian Boitano, 1988 Calgary. Victor Petrinko, 1992 Albertville.
Victor Petrenko, Brian Boitano, Scott Hamilton, and Robin Cousins. What a group.
Before they could start at the Winter Games, we started. 4 years ago, the Olympic Organizing Committee chose IBM, not just to integrate thousands of computers and systems, but to actually help manage the Winter Games. Every second of every event, from start to finish. The 1994 Olympic Winter Games, gold, silver, bronze, and blue.
Finding the right spokesperson for Mercury wasn't easy at first. The famous basketball player, you know, the one who can jump so high, wanted too much money. The famous actress got a last-minute movie deal. The famous race car driver didn't have room on his uniform for our logo. And this guy? No. But then it hit us. Why not use real people? People like you and me. We'd let them drive the cars and experience firsthand the great Mercury ride and the fully equipped comfort. They'd be so impressed, they'd tell their friends, and their friends would tell their friends. And in the end, maybe we wouldn't need a famous spokesperson. Let the cars speak for themselves. Of course, we have to admit, a nice slow-motion slam dunk would have been pretty neat, too. All this and the quality of a Mercury.
Okay, 4 words. First word sounds like
earwax.
wood. Should.
No.
Good. Good.
Good sun.
Sunshine. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning,
and
America.
Flag. And sun plus day is Sunday.
Good morning, America's on Sunday.
Huh.
Do we win something?
Unlike many sports, the evolution of figure skating cannot be measured by the ticks of a stopwatch or the increments of a ruler. For this is a sport in which change is marked as much by different styles of artistic interpretation as it is by new levels of technical difficulty. Tonight we've seen individuals who have moved the sport of figure skating forward, athletes and artists who were inspired by those who went before them and became the inspiration for those who would follow. That is the nature of figure skating. That is what this gathering of champions has been all about. Some developed into champions within the former Soviet Union sports system, while others began to skate in the shopping malls of America. One even rose to pair skating greatness in Nazi Germany. Different paths and was as many as 56 years apart. They will be linked together forevermore by the medal that was draped around their necks. For Peggy Fleming and Dick Button, I'm Julie Moran. Good night from a spectacular evening in Boston.
Skates of Gold accommodations provided by Swiss Hotel